Good day, grade 7s. Today's lesson is based on acid-base indicators. How do we determine whether a substance is an acid or a base, or how strong an acid it is, or how strong a base it is? pH is the measure of how acidic or basic a substance is. The pH scale ranges from 0 to 14, with 7 being neutral. pH of less than 7 indicates that substances are acidic. pH of more than 7 indicates that substances are basic. Indicators. What are indicators? Indicators are dyes that change color in acids and bases. We have natural indicators such as red and blue litmus paper, red cabbage, turmeric, and beetroot juice. Commercial indicators include universal indicators, phenolphthalein, methyl orange, thymol blue, and bromothymol blue, to mention a few. These indicators will indicate to you whether the substance is an acid or a base, and just how strong or weak an acid or a base that substance is. Litmus paper is used to determine whether substances are acids or bases. In an acid, red litmus paper will remain red. In a neutral, red litmus paper will also remain red. Red litmus paper remains red in an acid and in a neutral. Blue litmus paper turns red in an acid. Red litmus paper turns blue in a base. Blue litmus paper remains blue in a base and in a neutral. Now grade 7s, because red litmus paper remains red in an acid and in a base, remains red in an acid and in a neutral, and because blue litmus paper remains blue in a base and in a neutral, when you are testing a substance, you must test using both colors. So if your red litmus paper remains red in a substance, you don't know whether that substance is an acid or a neutral, because red litmus paper remains red in both acids and neutrals. But if you test the same substance with blue litmus paper, and if that blue litmus paper turns red, then you know that that substance is an acid and not a neutral. Whereas if the blue litmus paper remains blue, then you know that that substance is a neutral. Red cabbage pH indicator. How do we make an indicator out of red cabbage? You simply chop up the cabbage leaves, put it into a conical flask or even a pot. You half fill it with water. You boil that water for about 4 minutes. Allow it to cool down, and you pour out your dye solution. You can add a few drops of that dye solution to any substance and use the color chart to determine whether that substance is an acid or a base, and how strong or weak that acid or a base is. We are now done with the entire section on acids and bases.